The herbs of Pandaria, which we gather for alchemy or inscription. To a scribe, it doesn't really matter too much which plants we're gathering. To an alchemist, they're particular to their potions or flasks. You could be gathering them for your own professions, or you can gather herbs just to sell. It's good for a steady income. I wouldn't call it a big money maker. There are several ways to acquire golden lotus. You could buy the enigma seeds and plant them in your garden, and that will result in 1 or 2 golden lotus at your garden in Halfhill. You could plant motes of harmony at your garden in Halfhill, and that will give you 18 motes a day, which you can trade in at your Spirit of Harmony vendor. Couple that with grinding mobs for drops of motes of harmony, and this is probably the most efficient way that you can get golden lotus. The other ways to get it are golden lotus can spawn wherever any other plant spawns in Pandaria. They can also be incidental to picking any other plant in Pandaria. You cannot count on that. There's no special way to do it. There's no especially good place to do it. It's just random. Green tea is the only plant that can be found in every zone. You don't need to make a special path for this. Just whenever you're out herbing, you pick all the green tea you see, which will be all over the place. Rain poppy can be found in the Vale or in the Jade Forest. This is an herb whose price you'll probably see swing the most because there's no reliable good path for it, and where they are in the Vale is where a lot of people are. So sometimes it's hard to get them at all. Silkweed can be found in the Valley of the Four Winds and Krasarang, and there's a pretty good path you can take for it. I'm going to show it right here. Starting from near Halfhill, I'm going to start the flight path there and take a swoopty-doopty through the Valley of the Four Winds and pass down. I'm going to make a beeline for Krasarang and pass down to where all the water is there. You can finish this up pretty quickly. Here I get 4 stacks of silkweed in 6 minutes, taking exactly the path I had shown. Snow lily only grows in Kunle Summit, and there's no particular path for that either. There's just the mountain range. So basically you hover around this entire mountain range and collect there. And they do peek over a little into Townlong Steppes. There's a little area where snow lily does grow. Not worth mentioning, except for I usually head in that direction so that I can go get Fool's Cap next. Fool's Cap grows around the lakes and ponds of the Dread Waste and Townlong. The Briny Muck's a particularly good area out in the sea for Fool's Cap. I'm going to show you a path that I take, usually when I'm coming out of Kunle Summit. And that path that I take goes a little something like this here. This is the most effective path that I've found. There's other spots can be really good, but they're really hit and miss because particularly the little lakes, like either somebody has already gotten all of them or they've gotten none of them. And the Briny Muck is just a wide, vast area. Can be good, usually is okay. At any rate, no matter which method you use, it is best to be druid in flight form like this, as I've said. And in my previous video where I describe how to efficiently gather and mop, you need all of those things to prepare yourself for efficient gathering. So here, this takes me 3 minutes and I get 2 stacks of Fool's Cap. If absolutely nothing is working because of the population and time on your realm, try this little path right here for desecrated herbs. Now, desecrated herbs kind of have a stigma because people that are doing alchemy don't want them, and plus they're in little areas that kind of look all burnt up and shitty, so they tend to get avoided. Try this little path right here. Alchemists may not like desecrated herbs, but scribes like them just fine, so you can sell them. I ran this little route right before this video and got 2 stacks of various herbs, half a stack of desecrated herbs, and a golden lotus in 3 minutes. Another constellation run you can make is the Zuchin stand on the northernmost area of Kunle Summit. This is sometimes very good because people tend to not go out that far. Really, people spend the majority of their time in the Vale, and there's a lot of people in the Vale that are going to be gathering. And if you're on a PvP realm, it's going to be a lot of urbing PvP going on. But here I am out here in the northernmost section of Kunle Summit. And I had that golden lotus buff from picking a golden lotus. And you only get it from picking a golden lotus, not from receiving a golden lotus incidentally to picking some other plant. Anyway, this buff lasts, what is it, like 15 minutes? And it gives you the ability to collect extra treasure chests from mobs that you kill. It's okay. What I don't do is try to plan an outing around killing mobs because I got the golden lotus buff. It's just not worth it. Now, if you're already grinding rep in the Vale by killing mobs there for Black Prince rep, yeah, it's definitely worth it. Otherwise, I don't make a big stink about it. It's not great. You've got a couple extra things. This particular run wasn't that great. Usually I do better here. But it's okay. You know, I've got a couple stacks of ore, a couple stacks of plants, and other various things. So that's pretty much it for the herbs. Hope that helps.